So I think in order to answer that question of what all the letters of LGBTQIA means, we really need to just talk about what sexual orientation is to start. I think often that we think that identity is behavior, which can be very confusing. Sexual attraction and behavior can really be broken down to three components. The first of which is attraction. To whom are you attracted? The second of which is behavior. With whom do you have romantic relationships? And the third of which is identity. What is the word or the words you use to describe yourself, how you think of yourself? Some folks, for example, who identify as lesbian may only be attracted to other women and identify as being women themselves, may only have relationships with women, and may use that term. For other women, they may have had a history or a past of having relationships with men, or in the future may have relationships with men, but that is the identity term that makes sense to them, that feels true. It is variable, and for terms that are about identity as opposed to behavior, each person has both the ability and the right to self-define and can explain to you, if you ask, what that means to them. So me saying I'm queer may not be the same as someone else saying they're queer. But overall, the kind of long acronym, L stands for lesbian, which generally refers to someone who sees himself as a woman, mostly or only attracted to other women. Gay, which can be used actually by women or men who experience predominantly attraction for the same sex. B for bisexual, so individuals who find themselves attracted to both sexes. And T stands for trans or transgender, which refers to folks who have diverse experiences of gender and gender identities and forms of gender expression. The I stands for intersex, which is actually a newer form of identity term that can for folks who are not biologically falling into a male or female sex binary. Q can stand for questioning. So for folks who are exploring themselves, their identity, what feels right, where there may be fluidity or change over time. Another Q is queer. And within my context, I actually like to use queer as an umbrella term as well as my personal identity denomination, because to me, from my context and background, queer just means that you're something that's not heteronormative. And for me, I'm not, and I just don't personally feel like I fit into a stern identity box or a stricter category. And then one of the A's stands for asexual, which is individuals who identify as having no sexual attraction. And then the other A, often we say allies. So anyone who is there to support, be friends, and champion their counterparts who are diverse in sexual orientation and gender identity.